Saturday, 12th of September 2015. First, let's look at the paper headlines from Daily Mirror. Government procurement streamlined. President appoints committee under 19A. President Maithripala Sirisena has appointed a 5-member committee chaired by Daya Liyanage to make recommendations for a new procurement mechanism with a view to rationalizing the government's procurement process. Mr. Liyanage was a former Deputy Treasury Secretary and a former chairman of the National Procurement Agency. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Harsha assures economy-centric foreign policy. In the wake of economist Harsha D. Silva assuming duties as Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sri Lanka's foreign relations is expected to take a turn for the better with policies geared towards an economic diplomacy-centric strategy. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Ragna Lanka Chief Univertech Management before PCOI. Ragna Araksha Lanka Limited Chairman Victor Samaravira and top officials of the Ratmalana Vocational Technology University are to be summoned before the Presidential Commission on inquiry to investigate and inquire into serious acts of fraud, corruption and abuse of power, state resources and privileges on Monday. PCOI Secretary Leslie De Silva said Ragna Lanka Chairman Mr. Samaravira would be summoned before the Commission to record evidence with regard to a complaint of deploying its employees for the last presidential election campaign in January this year. More headlines from Daily Mirror. I will never allow a division of this country. MS. President Maithripala Sirisena said he would never allow anyone to divide the country which was united by the valiant efforts of our war heroes. Their blood, tears and commitment helped us to safeguard Sri Lanka's unity, sovereignty and integrity, he said. At a ceremony held at the Defence College Auditorium in Colombo, where house keys were handed over to the second set of houses built for war heroes in the Kandy district under the Ranavira housing scheme, the president said this government would never underestimate the commitment of the war heroes. Another headline from Daily Mirror. No let-up in heavy rains. Meteorology Department. Sri Lanka will experience thunder showers and strong winds during the next few days because of the convergence zone hovering over the island, the Meteorology Department said yesterday. The department spokesman said showers and thunder showers will occur in the Putlam, Anuradhapura, Putlam and Kurunagal districts and the northern, western, southern and Sabragamur provinces. Thunder showers were also expected to develop at several places in the eastern, Uva and central provinces after 4 p.m. accompanied by strong winds. People are warned to take precautions to minimize damage caused by lightning. The department described the convergence zone as the meeting place of monsoon winds from two hemispheres resulting in heavy rains. Another headline from Daily Mirror. PC member remanded for illegal possession of jumbo. Former Western Provincial Council opposition leader and present UNPPC member Kitsiri Kahatapitiya was yesterday ordered to be remanded up to September 14 by Horana magistrate Loshani Veerasinghe for allegedly keeping a calf elephant in his possession on a fraudulent license. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Mangala off to Geneva. A delegation comprising Foreign Affairs Minister Mangala Samaravira yesterday left the country to participate in the 30th Annual General Session of the United Nations Human Rights Commission due to begin in Geneva next Monday. The delegation also includes Justice Minister Vijayadasa Rajapaksa and Eastern Province Governor Augustine Fernando. The Foreign Minister will attend top-level discussions of the session due to begin on Monday. More headlines from Daily Mirror. Minuwangoda accident. Bus drivers get bail. Drivers of the two private buses involved in Thursday's tragic accident in Yagodamulla, Minuwangoda that killed 5 persons were yesterday released on bail by Minuwangoda Chief Magistrate D.A. Rohan Pathirana. They were produced in court on charges of failing to avoid an accident and for reckless driving. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Probes on fraud, corruption will continue. PM. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe had said that investigations into allegations of corruption and fraud against ministers and MPs of the Rajapaksa regime would not be stopped despite some of them being appointed ministers of the present government. More headlines from Daily Mirror. No arsenic in Colombo's drinking water, NWSDB. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board yesterday assured the people that the drinking water supply to Colombo and the suburbs are not contaminated with arsenic or any other toxic chemical despite public concerns to the contrary. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Speaker to decide on request made by parties in UPFA. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya will meet the leaders of the political parties aligned with the United People's Freedom Alliance to take a final decision on their requests for recognition as separate political parties in Parliament, officials said yesterday. And that's from Daily Mirror. Now let's move on to the paper headlines from Ceylon today. T-56 used in MP Raviraj's murder. Top army men lent weapon. The Criminal Investigation Department is carrying out investigations to ascertain whether a senior army officer had lent the T-56 weapon to the gunman who killed former Member of Parliament Nadaraja Raviraj at Narahinpita in Colombo on 10th November 2006. A top police headquarters official said that a senior security forces man had been already questioned regarding the information that has been surfaced so far regarding the incident. A security officer of Nadaraja Raviraj also lost his life in the incident. Meanwhile, sources added that during the grilling of the detained army personnel who are now in custody from the Giritale army camp have disclosed the details regarding the disappearance of journalist Pragit Eknaligoda. He added there were now more signs emerging of other political murders. Another headline from Ceylon today. Tourism police force to be streamlined. Minister of Tourism and Christian Affairs John Amaratunga told Ceylon today that the tourist police force will be overhauled to streamline the system for the maximum protection of tourists who come to this country. Another headline from Ceylon today. At UK detention centre, Lankan man treated like animal. A Sri Lankan man who said he was arrested without explanation and held at a controversial centre in the UK has told Sky News he was treated like an animal. It comes as British MPs called for radical changes to the system of immigration detention as they debated the most far-reaching report yet into conditions for those facing deportation. Another headline from Ceylon today. 47 UPF MPs sit in opposition. Kumara Welgam. Member of Parliament of the United People's Freedom Alliance Kumara Welgam told Ceylon today that it has been decided that 47 parliamentarians representing the UPFA will definitely sit in the opposition in Parliament and maintain the role of the opposition correctly. Another headline from Ceylon today. CSC to assist good governance. The 106 civil organizations which signed a memorandum of understanding for the August parliamentary election with the United National Front for Good Governance on 28 July have decided to establish a permanent civil society council to help keep the government on track. Now let's move on to the paper headlines from Daily News. Will Vigneswaran survive NPC power struggle? Northern CM criticized over his stance at last general election. The Tamil National Alliance is making plans to oust CV Vigneswaran as the Chief Minister of Northern Province, the party's own nominee for the post. Justice CV Vigneswaran, PC, who assumed duties as the first Chief Minister of the Northern Provincial Council on October 7, 2013, was a surprise nominee for the post by the TNA, as until then he was an outsider to the realm of politics. According to a member of the Northern Provincial Council, the disputes between the TNA and Vigneswaran has come to such a state that only a parting of ways will appease both parties. Another headline from Daily News. FM delegation leave for Geneva UNHRC session. A team led by Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira left for Geneva last night to attend the 30th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Minister Samaravira will hold a special discussion with UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Zaid Al Hussein tomorrow. The team also includes Justice and Buddha Sasana Minister Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa. The session will commence on September 14th and continue till October 2nd. Sri Lanka's permanent representative to the UN in Geneva, Ambassador Ravinatha Arya-Singha, will also join the team. Ministers Samaravira and Rajapaksa are to address the session. Another headline from Daily News. Cabinet discusses shortcomings in LG election system. Ministers discussed this week the shortcomings in the local government election system at length at the weekly cabinet meeting. Main political parties agreed that the demarcation of the ward system hitherto carried out by the authorities was not acceptable to them. Hence, they were contemplating on demarcating the ward system afresh. A senior cabinet minister told the Daily News that the earlier demarcation had been done in such a manner that it would favor the United People's Freedom Alliance. The ministers observed that under present system, the number of wards have been increased from 3,000 to 4,000 and demarcated in a haphazard manner, not taking into consideration important factors such as social and cultural background of the people. Another headline from Daily News. National defense is paramount. Rowan. The government's stance is that national defense is paramount above everything else, said State Defense Minister Rowan Vijayawardena. He said the Defense Ministry would take measures to further strengthen national security under the guidance of President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The State Minister was speaking on assuming duties at a ceremony held at the Defense Ministry Auditorium last morning. Another headline from Daily News. CID informs magistrate Sashi obtained DPL passport by tendering fraudulent information. The CID CID yesterday informed Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitiya that Sashi Weerawangsa, wife of UPFA parliamentarian and former Minister Wimal Weerawangsa, had obtained a diplomatic passport by tendering fraudulent information to the Department of Immigration and Emigration. This has been proved during investigations carried out into this incident. We brought you the paper headlines from today's newspapers, and we will bring you more tomorrow. Have a pleasant day.